Yeah, no, we love the autistic, great bunch of lads. So
Oh dear.
so anyhow, I think that's a good segue into value of the week, Steve. That was as good as any.
Okay. Oh my god. What episode are we on again?
515.
515, episode 515 for Bellew of the week. We have Andy here, Matty, Ozzy, and rapping Rob Kelly alongside me, Steve. I have gathered them all together as best as I can, including this video. I think it was maybe Ricky Gavril or somebody who sent this to me. I can't quite remember. Frank Warren going in on Tony Bellew.
Check before you press play on that.
Yeah.
It's just when we Gary Lineker by any chance. Jug ears. If it is, Steve, didn't he play it? We'll get banned.
No, it's not. It's Frank Warren.
He's not called Michael Jackson announced again, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Is it worse than that?
No, it's not. It's not that bad. But he's going in on Bellew, which is fitting for Bellew of the week. It's something we can all get on board with, the boys. Yes, I have checked it before, and it's quite legal. This is Frank.
Who cares what Tony Bellew says? I mean, who gives a toss? It's insignificant. These guys are the best. These are Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famer fighters. These are great fighters. Who gives a monkeys what he said? You mean to say if it was him there, he wouldn't be saying that he wants the lion's share and so forth? Do me a favour.
Tony Bellew.
He went rogue in that interview. Did Warren? He hammered the BBC. He just went in on it. I think he called the BBC pussies and stuff like that.
He did. He's going full Bob Aaron, isn't he, Warren?
He loved it, didn't he? What caught me off guard is just the way he went. Who cares what Tony Bellew has to say? It was just like completely, I was shocked by it.
It's like he listens to us, wasn't it? It's like
Tony's going to respond to that. Like, Tony can't take that line down, surely.
If it was the other way around, the said person calling Frank a Bellew would have solicitors' papers coming through the door within 48 hours. So Frank clearly knows where he stands. Only speaks the facts. So I don't think any papers will be coming through his door anytime soon. To do with Anthony Bellew, anyway.
Not to do with that, anyway. That's
Yeah,
Frank.
exactly that.
Frank leading us in. We showed this one earlier, Andy. You were quite rightly bigging up the World Championship. What was it, Hardcore Boxing Association or something going on?
Yeah, every fucker, because they're even calling them world champions when they got that belt as well by some reason. I actually wanted to bring that one up because I'm actually going to bring that one was threefold. So I don't know if I just bring up one of the two that I've got the mate as well, because State of the Belts as we mentioned, but Big Baby got announced on that same show as the WBA NABA World Champion, and Big Daddy got presented as the living legend of Australia. So Jesus fucking wept, man, and I think that's fucking funny. Yeah. Well, what do you hear this one? Jake Donovan says on the card, still don't know how 2 repeat drug testing offenders can headline on a platform sponsored by a substance abuse treatment centre, and yet no random drug testing for this fight. Just a fantastic sport all round.
You got a little boxing, haven't you?
The whole thing is complete toilet, and then you got the fucking belt which get handed out like fucking confetti. Jesus Christ. So title watch, baby.
To be fair, if those guys were on steroids, they need to ask for their money back.
Go on, the lads. That's you, Andy. Yeah, you put that one up as well. Big Baby getting announced to the WBA NABA World Champion, Big Daddy, as the living legend of Australia. We love a bit of Big Daddy. Talking to living legends, actually, Adrian Broner signed with Don King. He says, I can hardly wait to get back into the ring again. Winning a world title and constantly defending or unifying the titles is what I am aiming to do.
No.
See that fucking picture of the two of them, right? Where there was about 10 grand cash on the table. Broner, get that, put it in your pockets, because that's all you're gonna fucking see.
No, mate, that's Diamond Dubois money sitting on that table right there.
that's goddamn alimony right there, my friends.
It's just destined to end in a bad way, this, isn't it? And
Don't be so cynical, Ozzy. Come on, man.
Ozzy, come on, but it's going to be amazing, mate, to watch.
This,
fucking
we all
brother, man.
we know where this ends, and it ends on Adrian Broner's Instagram live where he's going, "I'm sick of this, y'all. I'm going to play it again. They're robbing me."
Who do we think the first opponent will be for?
Oh. Here we
Big
are.
game.
Breaking
Oh,
news.
yeah.
Adrian Broner and Victor Ortiz
Yeah.
are in talks.
Right.
In
So
hell.
listen, it's really a question. If this fight goes ahead, who's the first person to get arrested for rape?
Both
Because
be rape victims.
Ortiz has already had that. Broner has got to be waiting a chap at the door coming.
Those charges were dropped, I think, to be fair.
Good
No
old
smoke without
Donkin.
fire, Matty.
He's doing bits.
Oh,
Here's,
this.
here's another one from
Aye.
you, Andy. The WBC, 15th of March, 20. Conor Ben sliding in there, greasing his way into number 7 behind Abel Ramos, Mario Barrios, and a number of others there. Straight back into the ring.
Straight in the ranks. What do you think, boys? He deserved it. You know, he's been cleared of all wrongdoing, apparently, and they just slotted them right back in there with their pretext or pretense of, contaminated eggs. Brilliant to see. So this must mean he's back in the clean boxing program, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah,
He's clean.
yeah, you would think so.
Well, that's going to have a big impact on the sport, that clean boxing program. We'll see it doing a lot of good things in the future. For fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ, Dr. SMT, man.
Don't say that. Just let it exist on the screen.
You'll have to, if you're listening to this, go back and watch the Bellew of the Week.
And if you're listening to this, don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Don't say it out loud. Just read it and laugh to yourself. Here's one for you, Matty. Paddy Power are going the odds for the next US president or something or other. Nancy Pelosi there coming in at 80-1. Don't know who Marianne Williamson is, but fair play to her. Bernie Sanders there. Beto O'Rourke, Kim Kardashian, and Steve Bullock. And 66-1 there, Matty. Oscar De La Hoya, next president.
I don't even know that he's going to still be the president of his company in 2024, let alone president of the United States. A little bit optimistic. I don't like those odds.
Oh, dear. Good old Oscar. He's doing his best. Matty, you mentioned... Andy, you mentioned this one earlier. Shout out for Big Fat Terence O'Connor, as Ozzy calls him, for the Ahmed Braithwaite card. He's got to get a nomination, hasn't he, for that?
Oh, I was going to nominate him as well, mate. The board need to be investigating that shit. I mean, he's like I said, we've seen him on his phone. Maybe he just handed his scorecard when he got to the arena. I do not know, mate, but he certainly wasn't watching. But everybody, he must have been the only person who's seen a completely different fight to the rest of everybody else who was watching it, because nobody that I've seen had Ahmed winning that fight, let alone 117, 111, just winning the fight period. But that was outrageous scorecards, mate.
Matty, just back to Oscar. Michael Thompson says Oscar would love to be in the White House. He could have was it Holly Saunders, his side piece as First Lady.
First Lady, yeah.
Just didn't get the photograph taken next to the fucking fireplace, man. She'd be like candle wax by the end. Like.
I wonder what political scandals could Oscar possibly get involved in.
Oh, mate. I tell you what, we're talking about Broner and Ortiz. Oscar's fucking waiting for a chap at the door, man.
Oh, dear. Isaac Lowe has been busy this weekend anyway. He tweeted out here, top of the morning, everyone. Hope everyone time for a coffee. They up the hills with the team. So there's a bit of Monday motivation for you from Isaac himself. Yeah,
Makes your eyes bleed, that, eh?
He's loving life. Sound on, boxer. The speed and snap of some of those David Light punches. The WBO #1 challenger is bringing it all in as he looks to shock and stop Lawrence Okoli. Give it up, lads. It wasn't quite Beterbiev hitting the pads anyway, Andy.
No, mate, it certainly was not. So, fucking Beterbiev, man. Fucking that cunt punches balls, man. This cunt's punching pads, for fuck's sake.
Dr. FMG, First Lady Ryan Gosling.
We're going to go in it. We're going to go in to Syria, and we're going to be rough and tough.
fucking Ryan Garcia losing the feminist vote because he's slagging people who carry handbags.
It's gonna be interesting to see Oscar dismantle the South American envoy and take all those negotiations on himself.
Oh dear, he's doing well, old Oscar. Update on DAZN HD. We underestimated how many of our existing customers would want access to our new linear channel, DAZN 1 HD on channel 429 on Sky. We have listened to you, and our technical team is working hard to find a solution that will give those of you with Sky boxes access to DAZN. I think it was their own bots, probably, Andy. They started paying attention to.
They must have just changed the fucking battery in the hearing aid to start hearing people, because we've been saying it for years now, actually, since the turn. Why is it on an app? Frank Warren's been destroying Eddie for fucking 18 months now about this shitty app. Release the numbers, all that type of stuff. We've been saying it ourselves on here for God knows how long. People have got to put in their details constantly, just, misinformation, and it's like, oh, pay-per-view's dead, and well, we're just lying about that. Today I'm telling the truth. Load of bollocks, man. Good luck to them. Good luck to them. I think it's stuck in between some mad channels, though. I think it's stuck between Eurosport and some sort of kind of
Television X.
Television X.
Live
Just having a
TV.
preview of the zone.
Live
And then
Fight
there's
zone.
no fights for you after encryption.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Here he is. David Diamante opens up on returning to film Creed 3 just 2 months after his motorcycle accident. He's the biggest bullshitter in boxing, this guy.
Oh my God!
I'll tell you
yeah,
what,
that's it.
Walter Diamante, did he just assist to Ben? Did he just arrive? Did he just finish traveling Chile and Cambodia in 2 days to give that interview to start? Oh, what a disgrace that was, man! I was in cringe mode listening to them.
They were all like, Diamante's not going to be here, and he was like, Diamante will be here. Diamante will be here. Fuck's sake!
Like he was an important part of the show. What happened to Buffer, man? Is he retired?
I tell you
or
what, right? There's a lad I know, and I was out for a few pints with him the other night, and I'm not telling his name, so it doesn't matter. But he said he's got a fair few demons, but he says he's in Liars Anonymous. I said I could have fucking told you that. You fucking tell lies. There's no such fucking organization as Liars Anonymous. Get the fuck out of here. And now I know you're lying.
What a shows.
Oh, Lions Anonymous. Tim Boxeo, I don't know how it's gone down, but the California Grizzly, aka the UK assassin.
Apparently, he got robbed, mate. Apparently, he was winning the fight. According to Tim Boxeo, he was winning the fight and he got fucking jobbed on the cards.
Is that right?
Apparently so. Aye.
Was that was tonight then?
That was tonight, aye.
Against Ayman Farouk Abbas, 4-8.
Lovejoy lost on the cards.
Must have done, yeah.
You see if I can get the scores, mate. Give me a second here.
Ayman Farouk, they're the real take aims, getting a win over Lovejoy, 20-1, 20 KOs, 100% KO ratio, 100% KO knockout ratio. Is it 20-1? Did he not lose?
So
not lose?
six round fight. Tim Boxeo say they had him winning. It was a draw. Sorry, I think it was
a draw.
Right. And it's just basically saying it's a robbery. We have a scorecard. The fight is a draw. As it says, I think the guys had basically somehow Lovejoy winning every round
In Egypt.
Fight.
Wonder if what the carpets were on the ring.
Remember that, man.
Oh, he got knocked out on one of those misfits cars, didn't he? So it probably didn't count on the
he quit.
record.
Did he not quit or something like that?
Did he? He got dropped by a jab or something, didn't he?
Aye.
I didn't actually see it. Right. That doesn't count then on the record because it was like an exhibition or something. That was the Mayweather undercard, wasn't it?
That what it was?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't been keeping up with the career of Chris Lovejoy, to my shame.
Yeah.
Maybe the boys in the chat can let us know. Yeah, he lost to Manny Char. That was the loss. I was thinking of the recent one, though, MB. But that was technically an exhibition or something, wasn't it? Because it was on the Mayweather undercard. Don't want to bring the Christopher Lovejoy's reputation into disrepute here on this Sunday evening. A-side, Eddie Hearn against Simon Jordan. I might actually break my duck, Andy, and tune into this on TalkSport.
You need to remind me, actually. I think I might listen to it as well. But obviously, Matchroom sending out the tweet there and Eddie jumping on it, calling him the A-side, in-house cooking. I don't know how it's going to go, actually, to be fair, because it's just a battle. The egos battle the toffs, I think. But at the same time, I think it will turn into about a shouting match. One talking over the other and that.
It's all just
Eddie,
fucking
Eddie.
promo for the AJ fight because it's not selling
Aye.
the fucking thing. He needs Jordan now. Like, he didn't need him before. He used to say like his ego was getting in the way, but he's got willing to fucking concede now because they're trying to do anything to put asses in seats for this fucking bum fight that's coming up.
I know. It was like the last 2 weeks for Eddie, plus that Joshua fight, man. There's a lot of folk going to these fights dressed up as seats these days, isn't there? Fucking hell, man. There's loads of empty seats, like.
They'll have to start putting cardboard cutouts out like they did when the COVID was on. Do you remember? I think
Aye.
Be back to the back garden and the 12 fucking euro pizza.
The 12 euro pizza, burnt fucking shite. Aye. So as I say, that hopefully it doesn't turn into a bit of kind of back and forth where you can't hear the other and that. But
yeah.
I just hope Jordan destroys him just for the banter. We'll have I think Tuesday will be a good day on Twitter. I think actually.
I was saying in the Nutters group the other day, though, Andy, the good thing is about Jordan, you know, the way Eddie likes to dismiss people and he'll be like, oh, you're bedwetting virgins in your mother's basement. He can't do that with Jordan, can he? Because he was like a multi-millionaire or whatever. I don't know what he is now, but he was worth 100 million or something. Eddie can't dismiss him like that, can he? The old bedwetting virgin.
Yeah, I suppose, but he's on national radio, so you'll not get away with that stuff, to be fair. But Eddie's a master manipulator of these type of situations. If you get a presenter who lets him just fucking go, you've no chance. You're not going to rein him in. He's just going to go full bullshit spiel mode. You need someone to fucking clamp him, hit him with the facts, put him on the back foot, and get him to explain it. Jordan needs to do it. Jordan needs to have his facts in front of him, make sure they're fucking solid.
Barker never fought Sturm.
Something along those lines. So he's got to be spot on. But I think probably the most talked point I think it will be coming up here will be the Conor Ben situation.
Oh, you think?
Or without doubt, but I know how Eddie's going to handle it. He's going to hide behind the kind of the legal ego speak. He'll just say, "Oh, well, I can't talk too much about it because our lawyers are still an ongoing situation, so to speak. The lawyers are looking at it." Whereas any other time, Eddie's out giving his fucking opinion on every other fucking part of the side of the story. But if he's on national radio, he'll no still want to talk about it possibly. So we'll wait and see how he handles it. But Eddie's generally kind of quite good at handling or deflecting. What I call bullshit mode, full spiel mode. But yeah, what time's it, Jonah? Actually,
someone said 10 in the morning, is it?
10 in the morning, is it? Aye, it'll be interesting.
You got Jim White there, Mr. Probellum as well.
Oh, fucking
most
Jim
of our
Shite.
listeners don't wake up that early.
Jim Shite, man, fucking hell. Helmet, absolute helmet.
Yep,
I take that back. Sometimes they're still up that time from the night before.
I'm going to say, what time will that be for you, Matty? About 2 a.m. You going to get up for it?
No.
You're worth a listen on the replay, though, Matty.
As a wise man once said, Jesus Christ, get yourself.
If it's available to pay.
Did you ice it, Matty?
No, I did not actually. That was fucking.
It's like the pod has come full circle back to the beginning.
That was so perfect. That was so perfect. He just
he iced himself. And then his battery died. Oh,
he was just super offended by something and bailed out.
That's all the ones that I've got. Obviously, Buatsi as well as Marcus Bellinger threw in, and Gilberto Ramirez. Sorry, failing to make weight, and Broner joining up with Don King. We've already thrown that one in. Those are all the ones I've got. Andy, I know you threw in a few earlier. Any more to add to the pot?
Oh God, yes, yes. I mentioned I mentioned the ones about the UAE. Fat Terry, obviously, for that scorecard, absolute disgrace. I tell you what I forgot to mention actually was BG Flores getting shot at gun.
Yeah, in Colombia.
In Colombia.
I saw that.
So, apparently he posted on his IG where he was. So and then obviously that's how he must have found him or whatever and that. So there he is sitting in a car, fucking lights or whatever and that. Fucking window comes down. He's got the Rolex and he's got shot in the leg apparently. So that's what you get for disrespecting flyweight fighters, BG Flores. Fucking lucky to be alive, I must admit.
Just fucking dogs biting his dick and fucking getting shot in the leg. This son of a bitch has had a rough time, dude.
Dillian White popped up last night to shit on Jarrell Miller, saying Jarrell Miller is so shit. Right? No, it's not a stutter. And Michael Hunter jumps in and says, "Brah, you can't talk." So, yep.
Did he really? I didn't see that.
Did you see that? I'll stick it in the chat there for D. Wills fucking basically getting taken to Take it to school. Just get in there. There we go, mate.
Brilliant.
Zurdo Ramirez coming out saying he's embarrassed and upset by his actions. What were his actions? What the fuck did he do, man? He missed the weight so bad. As I say, someone's come out and said now that he missed up or messed his fight dates or whatever. And that surely the fuck that can't be true.
Don't know.
Surely there's someone that can keep that up to date for him. And one for the WBC, Jake Donovan put out a tweet there. I think it was middle of the week saying the WBC are set to give a 6 interim titleists, 5 of which will belong to PBC. This one is in a division where who already have a champion, a mandatory challenger, and ordered a title eliminator, all linked to the PBC. If WBO equals whatever Bob orders, what do we call this ongoing WBC PBC merger? So it's quite interesting. I think
That's a good point, actually. It is getting ridiculous, isn't it? If you notice, the interim titles, they're being like fought for
like
a few weeks after they're being defended. It's just stupid.
It's like the WBA. So I think that was more related to the 147, because I think it was UGAS against Barrios. It's for an interim title
That's
at 147.
Right. That's been ordered. Yeah, saw that. Yeah.
Fucking so 6 belts. That's just incredible. So one for the BBC, mate. That's it for me.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Matty, any from you, please?
Yeah, Steve. I'd like to narrow it down, but looking at it, the judging all through the weekend, I think gets it. You'd like to narrow it down to one card or one fight. But you had that fight on Friday. You said it shouldn't have been a draw. That was with the 117-111. Austin, one of the worst cards he's seen. The Glanton Asperov fight, the cards on that were ridiculous. Some of the just all over that card, the cards were freaking ridiculous. Diaz versus Yesta, another card on that DAZN one. Just the judging this weekend was fucking pathetic. I mean, what's the point of even being there if that's what you're going to come up with? Just ridiculous.
What's the point of even being there, Rob, if that's what you're going to come up with? Anything from you on the Bellew of the Weeks?
Nothing from me this week, Steve.
Nothing from Rob, nothing from Ozzy either, who's left us. Right, let's have a quick flick through the things that we got. We had Frank, first of all, at the top of the Bellew of the Weeks, calling Bellew a bellend. We had the belts as well. We had Adrian Broner signing with Don King and talking about Victor Ortiz fight. We had Connor Clem getting thrown in there, number 7 in the WBC rankings. We had Oscar De La Hoya running for president. We had Terry O'Connor scorecard. We had Isak Warrior Low saying, well, not really quite sure what he was saying. David Light getting bigged up by Boxer. The DAZN with their HD access. David Diamante with his access all areas bullshit. The California Grizzly, that is Lovejoy, getting the draw tonight in Egypt on the carpets. And Eddie Hearn against Simon Jordan. They're putting a poster up for the big fight next Tuesday. Who are you going for this week, Andy?
It's too easy to pick on DAZN these days, and that Dubai card really put out some fucking trash as well with the belts and fucking the announcements and all that type of shit. But I want to go for Broner, just simply because you go from one bad decision to the other to the most exceptional, fucking disgraceful decision he'll ever make in his life, signing with Don King, man. That's just signing your life, your rights, and your whole fucking mortgage right out the window. He'll never see a penny, poor cunt. So we wish him well, put it that way. So I'm going to go for AB.
For a man who was in a wheelchair and on his knees doing some unquestionable things. This is one of the stupidest things he's done so far, signing with Don King. Let's see if he can outlive evil, Matty. That's who's getting Andy's vote. Who are you going for?
I think I got to go that way too. Just the unholy alliance between Don King and Adrian Broner. But Adrian Broner with this huge beard, I'd like to see what Ryan Deal could do with imposing Don King together with Adrian Broner, because I think Don King's hair and Adrian Broner's beard with Adrian Broner's fat gnome, I think it'd look like a lawn gnome.
Broner and Don King hooking up together, Rob. Who would have thought it? Who are you going for?
I would have thought there's a better DK to hook up with if you're Adrian Broner than Don King. Do you know what I mean? But there's not much of a difference. I don't know. Like, could fucking Don King and Adrian Broner be the alliance that saves boxing? Like, is Broner coming back to 147 to claim all the fucking marbles? Like, is this fight with Victor Ortiz going to happen? Like, let's be honest about it. Broner, man, come on. Fuck me. You could sell Broner magic beans at this stage, couldn't you? Like, fuck's sake. Yeah, so yeah, it's got to be that one. Like outlandish fucking proposition. Don King and Adrian Broner together, man. Holy shit!
Only in America.
Only in America. Endorsed by Rob Kelly.
He's just walking away.
We'll make it a foursome, Ogre for Adrian Broner and Don King as well, who got us a copyright strike a few months ago. So fuck Don King. You are the Bellew the Week's winners for episode 515.